to the table with the chairs, the bacon. So I'm not asking or begging a man to take care of me because I don't need that, honey. Look at me.
A few moments later.
I'm tired. I no longer want to be an independent woman. Forget that INDE. I'm good. I want to be a housewife.
This is why I'm still single. I just went on a date with a man and he told me I looked like I would be on Love Island. Like, straight up, not a joke. I was like, that's kind of offensive. You mean the show where they're all like making out with each other in bikinis and sleeping in like one giant room? When did I give off that vibe?
A lot of women say, where are these men? Men are everywhere. Go outside and count how many men you run into. He might have been an Uber driver. He might have been a doorman. He might have been the gardener. He might have been the Amazon delivery guy. A woman will say, yeah, I ran across 100 men, but none of them were their option. These men were invisible because she has her eye on one guy. What if you're invisible to that one guy?
A lot of these modern women continue to say silly stuff and talk about how men are intimidated by their success and their lifestyle, and it's not really that. I'm just uninterested is really what it is. It's two different things. I'm uninterested and I don't want to be bothered by that.
Women get aroused when you ignore them. How women feel arousal is based on emotional stimulation. When a guy finally does not prioritize her, finally ignores her, out of the millions and millions of men that are on their hands and knees for this woman, it's so exciting. It's like a roller coaster. They're now at an amusement park because they can't get a hold of you because you're not on your hands and knees like everyone else. As a result, this excitement turns into intrigue and desire. If you want to master dating, click the link above.
If you're an attractive woman, he's not your friend. He's not your friend. Not how most men think. They don't just be friends with an attractive woman because they like her personality. He's waiting for the opportunity, hoping for the opportunity to get out of the friend zone. Or, he's using you for social status. If a guy has attractive female friends, it definitely elevates his status. I have some guy friends, but I know where things stand. Like, I know if ever they got the opportunity, they would take it.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
One thing we need to study more is the men of New York City, because why the f do they not approach women ever? I'm actually going to lose my mind. I'm turning 29 in literally a month. Am I having like a quarter life crisis? One might say yes, but dating should not be this hard, especially with like the pool of quality of men you have in New York. Like educated, money, good jobs. Yet they all lack social skills. So I'm actually at a loss at this point.
A lot of these modern women are still asking stupid questions like, where the good men, where have they gone? They've gone away from you. When you stopped being respectful, when you made it clear, if you were ever even respectful in the first place, when you made it clear that you wasn't going to do nothing for that man said, hey, I ain't got time to waste. Neither do I have money or resources. I'm out.
There's guys everywhere that are getting burned. Ladies, open your eyes. Go watch some of these videos. They're getting burned left and right. You have women making TikTok videos all day long. We show them saying, I took him out. I went out on a first date and I used him for the cash and it was amazing. I just used him for the money and I'm glad, blah, blah, blah. Now I'm going to go and I got my pregame and they're saying it left and right. So guys, good men are turning around and saying, I went with the best of intentions. I got brutalized and then she made a video about it. Screw you. Now I'm going to do the coffee date. I'm going to do the walk and I'm going to see which of these ladies are actually there for me. That is what's happening. That is what's happening. Women have to just own it. Open your eyes before it's too late and own it.
Women have extraordinary power to transform a marriage to the extent that you don't have to go to couples therapy. You don't have to send your man to an ayahuasca retreat. If you choose to respect him and show him the appreciation and admiration that can easily stem from the fact that you chose him, you married him. So get into it or get out. But if you're going to stay, there are ways that you can honor this man. So as a woman, my focus is on what can we do as women to to secure what it is that we say we want. And most of us, for many deep and valid reasons, don't know how to love a man. We know how to control a man. Why? Because we're fundamentally terrified of men, and that's biologically hardwired.
A lot of these modern women asking the same stupid question, why don't men approach? Well, you told a man to leave you alone. Yeah, well, you know, the creepy man. Well, the creepy men are going to still approach. A lot of times it's the men that heard what you're saying. They say, oh, well, let me leave her alone. I don't want to cause any problems. Those are the men that have stayed away. And now you're stuck.
I saw a guy looking at me at the gym today. We were smiling at each other, so I smiled back. And then I just said, F it. And I went over to him and I was like, hi, my name is Tosh. It's great to meet you. Your sweats look like they're kind of bulging. No, it's not going to happen, guys. Like, you have to go up and talk to her. Girls aren't going to come and approach you. If anything, girls don't get approached nearly as much as they should anymore. Like, even worse than before. Like, it already was a problem and now it's even worse. If you approach a girl, the least that will happen is that she'll just feel good that a guy approached her that day. Like, you just did her a compliment. And if you want easy lines to say when you're approaching a girl, check out my page. I have the best ways where you won't come off creepy. Honestly, I have ways that you won't really get rejected. So yeah, I got you, daddy.
So PSA to all the girls who continue to get really nice guys and then crush their souls and put them into a deep, dark depression and then ruin them for the rest of us, because we have found multiple nice men, but then we're told that their exes broke and ripped out their car, stomped on it 40 times, and then swallowed it. Like, you guys, okay? So screw the girls who are rude as to the guys, to the nice guys. Be trash to the trash men. But if you're gonna be trash to the good guys and then ruin it for us, we can't even get one good guy. Like, we end up with the trash when we I can't do a TikTok. I can't do it. Anyway, that's all we had to say. Stopping a girl who treats good people like trash, because then you just are like, go find your own like trash guy to do, right? Right. You guys.
A lot of these modern women continue to say, I want a provider man. I want a man that takes care of me. I want a man that does everything from A to Z. But then the moment a man does something that you don't like, oh, you're succumbing. You're giving in to the patriarchy. And that's harmful for not only me, but it's harmful for you. You should want to destroy the patriarchy. No. Actually, what I want to do is figure out how both of us are going to get on the same page and work together.
Why do you think dating is hard?
Because of social media. Social media got these chicks thinking that they got options that they don't have. So they only got bread and then turn around and be mad when them type of dudes who got a bunch of money want every. See, women only want to deal with dudes who don't have no opinion. That's why you see a lot of these bad chicks with these goofy soft. We ain't gonna challenge them on nothing. We ain't gonna ask them no questions. They want to they can talk too crazy and disrespect them because they don't want no structure. They scared of real men, you feel me?
What you say?
I said women don't like dudes who got their own, who don't need them. They rather deal with men who are not that intellectually aggressive, who gonna let them say what they want and do what they want. Not saying you like that, but most women out here don't want to deal with a man who gonna say, baby, nah, don't wear that. Nah, baby, don't talk like that. They don't really want to deal with that. They rather deal with a dude who let them say and do whatever they want to do. And they think if a man be a man, he's toxic.
I think what's funny is a lot of these modern women will say things like the bar is low, the bare minimum from a man that's actually doing them right. But then they'll go out there and get less than the bar from Chad and Tyrone. And then when they realize that they're getting less, they'll try to run back over to the guy that they said was doing the bare minimum and see if that offer is still on the table. And it's not.
I'm not paying for nothing. You don't have to. For your birthday. Listen, I could buy whatever I want to, and I don't need me. And
to give a little context here, this woman goes out on a date with this guy. For some reason, she ends up picking him up for the date, and the reservations that they have fall through. So they end up eating at a food court in the mall, and she pays for that as well. And when they're looking at a store, she sees a skirt that she likes, and she jokingly says, I should get this skirt, and you should get me this skirt for my birthday. And he spazzes out. Starts calling her a gold digger, saying, I'm not paying for nothing. All you women are the same. You're trying to use me for my money and all that. What money? She paid her gas money to come pick you up and paid for the Chinese food. Like, some of these men, it's not that you're asking for too much. They don't want you to ask for anything at all. If the money that it takes to take a woman out is going to devastate your finances, stop dating. The funny part is, at the end of this video, this same man who acts a fool, makes a scene in the mall, has to beg this same woman to take him home because he can't afford to Uber or do anything to get himself back home.
A lot of these modern women are upset because men are not asking them out. And the simple response is, why would a man ask out a bill? Do y'all understand that asking a modern woman out today is literally like going up and saying, which bill do I want? What's the most expensive bill I can take on? And I'm going to be happy to take a bill on. People are trying to give bills away. People are trying to cut expenses. Why would they be happy to take a bill on?
Every time I go on a date with an American guy, he tells me, I will never date American women. I start thinking, why American women are so evil? Nobody wants to date them. What's wrong with them? I know what's wrong. They have high standards and they want to go to third world countries. They want to seduce girls with a $100 bill and a pack of bread. Just want her to serve him for this. Because these girls, they don't know that people can make $10,000 a month in the States. That $100 for him is nothing. It's a chocolate pie with fucking Milky Way. And they exercise their power on people who are less fortunate in life because of their government and their economy. And every time I hear that from an American man, I say, ooh, you know what? I think it's time. I need to feed my kid. Bye-bye then.
And when y'all get on my post and say, oh, you don't like men, just say you don't like men. I'm ding, 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 ding. I've been telling y'all that. What's there to like about men? Men as a whole are not likable. There's nothing to like about them. It's not every man, but it's always a man. And if y'all like men so much, let a man be responsible for taking care of your grandma. Leave your children with a male babysitter. Let your children go over to a man's house for a sleepover. Who is responsible for majority of mass murders? Men. Who is responsible for rape? Men. 9 times out of 10, most of the bad things that we encounter are at the hands of men. They start wars. We can't go outside at night because of who? Men. We got to look over our shoulders because of who? Men. Now, y'all remind me again why we should be liking men.
A lot of these modern women don't even know how to keep their mouth shut. They don't know how to keep things to themselves. They put all their business out online. And so they wonder why a man is not chasing them. One of the reasons might be you out here putting everything on social media. Oh, well, if you was acting right, then you would have to worry about that. No, I am acting right. It's just that I don't want my entire lifestyle, my private life, my personal life on social media like that. And I ask you not to do that, but you did it anyway because you don't care.
Okay, can we really talk about for 1 minute? Why are men not pushing women in the bars anymore?
Because they
Are you
can't.
guys really that scared? Because we strictly go to the bars because we literally want to be approached. I'm not there just to hang out with friends. Yes, I want to see my friends, but I am also there because I want to talk to people.
So unfortunately for a lot of men, they have approached women at bars and stuff or with friends and they think, okay, these women want to be approached, but then they're told by those women, don't approach me, don't talk to me, I'm hanging out with my friends. And unfortunately for women like you who genuinely do want to be approached, he has no idea if you're that type of woman or not. So that's why you should approach first. If you see a guy that you find attractive, say so. You can do it. It's okay. And I mean, if he's taken or he's not interested, he'll nicely tell you. Men are the best at rejecting women when they're not attracted to them. But a lot of men won't approach a woman these days because there's thousands of videos telling men to not approach women. And a lot of men have had the experience where they do approach a woman and she's awful to him. Ew, gross. Why would you talk to me? Or she makes a video about it later and it goes viral. So while you may be one of the good ones, you and your friends, he doesn't know that. That's what you guys should approach.
Finally, my first time getting hit on in Home Depot, and he's not even attractive. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I'm here all the time. So for all you people who are like, go to Home Depot, that's where all the men are. No, they're not.
There are absolutely a lot of men that are no longer approaching for some really valid reasons. One of those reasons is that he feels like you might be out of his league, so he wants to protect himself from that rejection. So good job reinforcing that to all of the men that have seen this TikTok. 2, he's trying to look for signals from a woman that she's interested in him. And let's face it, women are terrible at this. 3, very simply, he doesn't want to be labeled a creep. 4, he's just nervous and he hasn't had enough practice. 5, he just assumes that you're not single. 6, he feels like it might be inappropriate timing for him to interrupt you. Keep this in mind if you're head down in a list or focused on the shelves. And lastly, number 7, he sees it as not worth it because he's been through too many talking stages, too many times in which the woman has just ghosted him. But not to say that man might still pursue if he gets strong signals from that woman and especially if he gets effort back from her. But if there is a lack of these 2 things, that man just thinks that it's not worth it.
Like the one place in this world where I can finally just exhale.
In the recent discourse on here about how men don't really understand what casual relationships are, I want to go one step further than that and say that I don't think men think dating is fun. Every single woman that I know who dates men, including myself, for the past 2 to 3 years, seems to be consistently running into some version of either the man wants to get into a full-time, full committed relationship right away, or they'll act like we are human receptacles not worthy of a common courtesy hello before asking if they can dump their... I genuinely don't think that...
Oh, dating as a man isn't fun.
Well, we think dating is fun. Well, we have to do everything. And you just have to sit there and receive. And then you might not even text us back. And you know what the cherry on top is? Nothing is your fault. It's all our fault. If something goes wrong during a date, if you don't text back, if you're not interested, if you're wasting our time, it's our fault. We get the blame for everything. We gotta pay for everything. We gotta plan everything. We have to do everything and get all the blame.
How is that fun? Do you think that's fun?
You wonder why motherfuckers just want to have a serious relationship? Or because there ain't nothing else for us to do. There ain't nothing else for us to gain. What is there for us to gain? You're not spending money on us. You're not taking us out. We're not having fun. What the is fun about wasting my money on someone that probably isn't going to talk to me in a week, in a month? That's a depreciating asset. Do you know anything about finances? Do you know anything about investing? That's a bad investment right there. Yet we still do it because we love women. It is what it is. But no, dating as a man is not fun.
A man told you that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they only wanna approach the women that they can have for the nights or be in a situationship. They don't want to approach those women that they feel, and this has been multiple people that they feel like they can have a forever with, which is so weird to me. It don't make sense.
You said that
Men don't
these
approach her
men.
because she just said they would
Hold on. I'm confused. You said the men won't approach women or will approach women that they want to forever with. I didn't
They
understand.
won't approach them.
You don't know no more.
They won't
won't
approach
approach
those
them.
women.
No. It's like they're scared. It's like the people that they really, really want to be in a relationship with, they're more afraid of their rejection than the people that they just want a situationship with. So they're more hesitant of approaching those people than the people that, you know, it's just like a one-nighter or a situationship.
I don't know about that.
Do you know what today is? It's our anniversary.
When people say if he's so lonely, why doesn't he just leave? Sometimes it's because they're waiting for you to do it. This man clearly looks miserable. His facial expression, his body language, it's supposed to be their anniversary. He doesn't look like a man who has lots planned. He doesn't look like he has a hotel room with balloons and flowers and all of that. He doesn't even look happy to be there. Sometimes they will wait for you to end it because they don't want to be the bad guy. They'll start fights with you. They'll mope around. It's sad because she's showing him, but I'm looking at her. I'm looking at the spark in her beginning to fade. She seems like she's a bubbly personality. She's singing, and he's not matching that energy. And you could see it just slowly but surely dim her light. She's what it looks like when you're losing your pink. He probably met her when she was this smiley, bubbly, vivacious woman. And look at what he's turning her into just by looking miserable, acting like he doesn't want to be there instead of just leaving. Some people think the worst thing in the world is being alone, but this is proof that the worst thing is actually being with someone who makes you feel alone.
Guy forgot that he had approached me before. I came up to me and he was like, "Hey, you're cute. What's your number?" Lo and behold, he had actually asked for my number before. Do you know how many times this guy had to have gotten rejected for him to run into the same woman in the same city, 3 miles away from where we originally ran into each other? Man is taking shots every day, probably like 5 times a day, just approaching random women, letting his presence be known to these women. Everybody had my number. He got my number again and texted me. Point is, you should not be afraid of rejection. It's okay. People will make fun of you. People will be mean to you. And guess what? They're actually the losers. Quite honestly, when people make fun of you, you should know you're winning. They're so insecure that they're making fun of you because they're afraid to take shots. If you approach a woman and she rejects you and she's really rude about it, just know she's the loser. Seriously, if a guy approaches me, I see it as a business connection. If he's not rude, it's a business connection. Not be afraid to approach women. If she's not interested, it's her loss. You just walk away and let her be because it's her loss. Meeting new people is fun. You just leave her alone. Do not be afraid. It is okay. Embrace rejection because it means that you're going to get closer to your goal, what you actually want in life. So you got to take shots. Guys, I'm coming out with a course. DM me course if you're interested. For my guys who are serious about having a change, want to get the type of woman that they have always wanted in their life, who know that they can have it. They just have the right mentality. DM me and I'll help you get there. Don't go out. I just put you on game.
What's a dating rule that you used to follow that may look different now, or that you would absolutely laugh at now? I used to do this when I was younger, not doing it anymore.
Well, one thing is definitely, I think the expectation is that the guy always paid for everything. And I think a lot of women still have that viewpoint. Yeah. But the reality is I don't think it's fair to expect a man to pay for you just to go meet them. You know, what if we don't like each other? What if it's not mutual? I think that's a lot to put on a person. So for me, I kind of laugh at that because back in the day we dated with intention, right? They came up, they asked you out, you knew that you liked each other, but here we're going in blind. So for me, I'm like on a meet, which is the first interaction. It should be easy. Like go have coffee, go have tea, whatever, go have a drink. And then you say, I always say, I'll get my half. And usually, not always, but one person took me up on it, but the rest are like, it's fine. But yeah, I'm like, I don't think it's fair to have that expectation.
I'm so glad we're talking about this because this is actually, and shows where you are in this process.
Yeah.
And your maturity and all of this and your experiences. The reality is this is a controversial topic.
It is a controversial topic.
Some people will say, hey, no, the man always pays and it should be that way. And we're going to get into this in a second, but talking about chivalry and what that looks like.
Yeah.
And then
when my man goes quiet, I used to panic, but not anymore. Here are 2 very valuable things that I have learned over the years. Number 1, he's not ignoring me. He is protecting me. He does not want me to deal with his chaos. He doesn't want me to carry his stress. And he sure as hell does not want me to get dragged into his problems. He wants to deal with it all alone, so I don't have to. Number 2, talking without solution feels like a failure to him. Talking about a problem with no answer doesn't exist in his world. He hates that. So he carries it inside and he works on it alone. When a problem hits him, he doesn't reach for me first. He goes
quiet. It's not because he doesn't trust me though, but because he is literally shielding me from the storm while he's still standing in the middle of it all by himself. So now I don't panic. I don't bother him, and I don't make it about me because it's not about me. I give him space. I let him know that I'm here. I'm not going anywhere, but I also don't demand that he talks about it. So for all you girls, just remember that we are different. You and him are different. We need to talk to untangle our heads. But men are wired completely different. So just be present, okay? Because when your man finally speaks, it's not going to be to complain. It's going to literally tell you that the war is over. And he made sure that you never had to fight it in the first place. So thank him for that.
The reason I don't like what the princess treatment movement has become is because it's completely twisted what being treated well by a man actually means. It didn't start like this. It started as be loved properly, be respected, be cared for. And it's turned into turn your brain off, be pretty and just receive. Like you're some sort of liability he has to carry. And I don't relate to that at all. My relationship, I am not a princess. I'm a queen. And I know that sounds similar, but it's not the same thing. A princess is dependent. A queen has responsibility. And I'm not here to just take from my husband. I protect him too. I protect his heart, his peace, his focus, his energy. I make sure he's good so he can go out there and do what he does best. That's my role. And I'm not selfish with what he can give me either. I don't need him to prove his love by spending money on material things we do not need because it's our money. I'd rather we build something, invest into our experiences, our household, our future, strengthen our life, because I care about the kingdom, not just the attention that it gives me. And if saying all this makes me a pick-me, or people think that my life must be miserable, cool. Because I don't want to be spoiled rotten like a little girl. My husband is not my dad. He is my equal. We have very different roles based on our individual strengths, but they are just as important. It's yin and yang. And if he started treating me like a little kid and started giving me unnecessary gifts instead of valuing my opinion, I would lose my effing it. I'd rather have a strong marriage than a performative one, thank you.
You know, a lot of these modern women are thinking that this little friend group is going to pull them through in the hard times. This little roster that they have is going to pull them through in the hard time. I got a man to pay my bills. I got a man to take me out. I got a man to talk to whenever I want to. I got a man to come over and give me some pipe whenever I want it. I know y'all probably think that's the best way to go. But when all that goes away, you're still going to be looking for some type of stability when you get done playing around, and you're going to be looking for a man to do that for you. And a lot of these men are saying, "No, I'm good."